Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are going to understand one of the most important concepts in Java. 4 pillars of Java. What are the 4 pillars of Java? The 4 pillars of Java are the 4 main concepts of object-oriented programming, also called OP concepts, that help us to design and organize programs in a better and structured way. These 4 pillars are encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction. In this video, we are going to focus mainly on the first pillar, encapsulation. What is encapsulation? Let's start with the definition. Encapsulation is a mechanism in Java that binds data, variables, and methods that operate on that data into a single unit, called a class, and restricts direct access to some of the object's components. So, in simple words, encapsulation is equal to data binding plus data hiding. Encapsulation means keeping variables safe, hiding data from outside access, allowing controlled access using methods. Key concepts of encapsulation. There are some important rules in encapsulation. Variables of a class are declared as private. Methods are declared as public to access those variables. Direct access to data from outside the class is not allowed. Data is accessed and modified only through getter and setter methods. Advantages of encapsulation. Encapsulation gives us many benefits. Provides data security. Prevents unauthorized access. Improves code flexibility. Helps in better maintenance. Allows validation before changing data. Let's understand this encapsulation program step by step. First of all, we created a class called student. Inside this class, we declared 2 variables. Private string name. Private int age. These variables are declared as private. That means they cannot be accessed directly from outside the class. Only the student class methods can access them. This concept is called data hiding, and this is the main idea of encapsulation. So from outside the class, these variables are completely protected. Now, to access these private variables, we created public getter and setter methods. First, we created a public getter method getName, public string getName, return name. This method simply returns the value of the private variable name. Then we created a public setter method setName, public void setName, string n. Name is equal to n. This setter method accepts the name in parameter variable n. Then sets this n variable value to the private variable name using name is equal to n. So, n is a temporary variable coming from outside. Name is the actual private class variable. In this way, we are able to modify the private data only through a public method, getter and setter for age. In the same way, we created methods for age also. First, we created a public getter method getAge, public int getAge, return age. This method returns the value of the private variable age. Then we created a public setter method setAge, public void setAge, int a. Age is equal to a. This method accepts an integer value in parameter variable a. Then sets this a variable value to the private variable age using age is equal to a. So again, a is the value coming from outside. Age is the actual private variable. Now move to the main class, which is called demo. Inside the main method, first we create an object of student class using student s is equal to new student. After that, we call the setName method and pass the value Rahul using s.setName Rahul. Then we call the setAge method and pass the value 20 using s.setAge 20. Now to print the name, we call the getter method getName using s.getName. This function returns the name Rahul and it gets printed using system.out.println name plus s.getName. In the same way, to print the age, we call the getAge method using s.getAge. This function returns the age 20 and it gets printed using system.out.println age plus s.getAge. So here, data members are private. Direct access is not allowed. Data is accessed only through public getter and setter methods. This is the perfect example of encapsulation in Java. That's all about encapsulation with example. In the next video we will learn inheritance, the second pillar of OOP. If you like the video, like, share, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.